You've used the word transformative already,
Mm-hmm.
and I know that is one that comes up a lot when talking about the work of this organization. The idea is not for everybody who takes a guitar class to come out of it wanting to be a concert hall
Right.
guitarist. You have witnessed transformative experiences by students, and certainly over 30 years, you've seen people grow from middle school students well into adulthood.
Yeah.
Talk about some of the specific transformative experiences that you recall ACG having.
Yeah, so much in there, Robert. Thank you. I mean, I would say, first of all, emphatically no about the idea that every student that picks up our guitar is on a path to Carnegie Hall, and that's our goal. Over time, we came to believe that any experience that anybody has with music at any level is as valid as any other experience that anybody else has at any level, so long as there's joy. And I remember 25 years ago, I would hear very frequently as we were starting to experiment with education, "Oh, Matt, it's great that you're doing education because that's how you're going to build like the audience of the future for ACG. You're going to have the donors of the future are going to grow up and they're going to love guitar and then they're going to become members and they're going to come to your concerts." And I remember it bothering me early on, but it took me a little while to realize why it bothered me, and the reason is that the notion that that's what we were doing in education was supportive of a hierarchical view of what's important about music. The most important thing being the moment when there's a professional artist on this stage, the lights are dark out there, and there's an audience listening, and that's the reason we exist. That's the high point. And everything else we do serves that thing. And what we realized is the more we worked with hundreds and then thousands of kids was that that's the important thing. Also, this is an important thing. But every moment in any one of those schools, when a young person has an instrument in their hands, that experience that they're having in that moment is 100% as important as anything else this organization produces. And so we're going to do those things for their own merits. They have that intrinsic value, not an instrumental value that's going to then lead to something else that we're really hoping for. And so that extends to, I think, a sort of a grand error that we've made in the classical music world and perhaps in the education world more broadly. And the error is that progress is the most important thing, and that the product that we're creating is more important than the process by which we're creating it. This is one of the great common errors I think our civilization has made, is separating the importance of the product from the process. For example, what is education? Fundamentally, what are we trying to do with human beings? And then, what is SAT preparation? What is an approach to get a result on a product is a very different mindset than an approach to a nurturing a space for exploration and wonder and the cultivation of interest and joy and learning as a result of all of that. All to say, back to my world, which is classical music, it's so interesting, Robert, when I am introduced to somebody, and if they find out that I'm involved in classical music, 7 out of 10 people will share with me a story of shame. And this is not a big, deep, profound thing that we should necessarily cry about, but it's a story of shame. It's a story of, oh, I stopped playing whatever instrument at a certain age, or oh, I never practiced enough, never got very good, or oh, I play guitar but not like you do. not the classical guitar. There's like a falsehood that we've all collectively bought into that says it's got to be a certain kind of a shiny product in order for it to matter. And I'll never forget Bob Duke at UT inviting us to invite our students to quit frequently along their process. So basically to say, okay, great, you've completed book 1, congratulations, you're done. You have learned this thing and it's wonderful and you should be proud of yourself. If you want to do book 2, well, then by all means, come on back. Let's do book 2 and we'll keep going. You know, we'll kind of explore this and we'll take it further. But if you don't, that's just fine. Because what mattered was the process of learning and that you had a good time while you were doing it. Right. And so as we get back to this idea that Boston Classical Guitar is trying to create all of these incredible guitarists who are going to go on to become professionals, as if the marketplace could support that anyway. And it's like emphatically no. Like we are just trying to create moments of significance every single time we're together for the entire time that we're together. End of story. And if that involves progress over time, and of course it always does, then that just keeps it interesting.